What's up, everybody? It's your boy Kahuna Silver right here on YouTube once again, guys. Guess what? Talking plays are back. I think I fixed my internet just in time for all the crap that's going on, man. But let's start right into it. Yo, that Nintendo news that's been coming out lately, bruh. Tell me what is going on with the Nintendo side of the gaming perspective right now, because my boys, the Nintendo is taking off to new heights. Now, let's talk about these sales numbers. Why we gotta talk about these sales numbers? Because you know why? Sales numbers are good. They are high for the Switch, and I'm definitely happy. Now, a lot of people, this is the time where people will take a cheap shot at the Wii U, but I'm here to say, no, I'm not going to take a cheap shot at the Wii U. Yes, the Switch outsold the Wii U. I'm not going to take a cheap shot at the Wii U for that. But, I'm happy that Nintendo is, right now winning, because when Nintendo wins, right, it's like a salty moment for a lot of people, man. A lot of people, get mad when Nintendo wins. But, it's great when Nintendo wins because that shows a healthy market of video games, because Nintendo is out here putting out some unique ideas, and Nintendo, is trying to show the world, look, we're back with vengeance. I'm so happy for Nintendo, because when you actually look at what's going on right now with the industry, it's kind of crazy that a hybrid system is sticking around and kicking ass and taking names. And that's a good thing, because last year we saw a bunch of 4K VR. We gotta have Xbox Ones, PlayStation 4 Pros, PlayStation VR, HTC Vive, and all that kind of crap. That stuff. And I'm just genuinely happy that for once it's Nintendo running the show. Nintendo's around here saying, "Yo, what's up, everybody?" Hey, we came back, and we also got a new system. You may say it was a failure with the Wii. It'll be like a Wii U 2.0 and all that stuff. But here we are, and this system has sold 14.86 million. I believe that was the last number said. A little shy under 15 million, which was also predicted by a tabloid in Japan that said, "Hey, look, Nintendo doesn't sold 15 million systems already." Nobody didn't believe it. Well, I guess I can believe it because it's close to 15 million. And whatever Nintendo have showed up for the lineup that's coming up for this year, so far, yeah, it's a bunch of ports. But we so far we got Yoshi, we got the Mario Tennis game, we got Kirby. And who knows what E3 is going to show up for Nintendo. So it's about keeping momentum for Nintendo. And that is the best thing for Nintendo right now, to keep momentum going. And you know what? They planned something huge when they announced Nintendo Labo, which I'll get into in a few minutes. But, just to see that Nintendo is out here, just doing their own thing and succeeding with it. And of course, last year it was so helpful because Nintendo had a healthy lineup of games, something the Wii U never had. The Wii U got one or two games here and there each year from Nintendo, and then off the rest we didn't get nothing else. But I'm glad that Nintendo finally fixed that that problem. They're able to develop software faster, and it's more how can I say, better for us, because it keeps us gaming on the Switch. Now, of course, how are Nintendo's going to keep up the momentum with all these big name third party games going around, like Dragon Ball Z Fighters, which I have been playing a lot of actually, or Monster Hunter World, or so far. So everybody's wondering how the hell is Nintendo going to keep this up, man? These big name third party companies, man, they keep on they keep on skipping the Switch out of the whole thing. We ain't got no Dragon Ball Z on no Switch. We ain't got no Monster Hunter on no Switch. What does Nintendo have up their sleeve to get these third parties on board finally? But you know what? Nintendo, they already have their lineup already ready for the rest of the for the beginning of the year, and I think that's the best thing. I think that it's good that Nintendo has already planned out something to have for the beginning of the year, because you want to have something for people until at least at least E3 time. And when E3 time comes up, that's when the big stuff gets shown, like the Metroid, maybe Pokemon this time might have a bigger entrance for E3. Maybe that may be they maybe Pokemon may be their how can I say, their intro to E3. So how can I had to stop there for a minute. I had to think about it for just a minute. But I'm so happy for Nintendo right now, and I can't wait to see what they're gonna do. And it's looking more and more beautiful as things unreveal for Nintendo, man. Because everybody's wondering what's Nintendo gonna do that's gonna follow up this year, and everybody already guessing like Metroid, Pokemon. Like these are games that you already had introduced for this year and everything. Like how are you gonna keep this momentum going, Nintendo? Okay, so let's talk about, first of all, one of their plans. This year Nintendo already has expressed that we want another demographic to coincide. Like last year was for the gamers. Last year was for the gamers. This year is for a new different demographic. That's why we're releasing Kirby and Yoshi this year. Alright, and now they have this new thing called Nintendo Labo. And it's for the kids. They already expressed it, but a lot of adults are going hands-on with it as we speak. And they're having a fun time with it. They're talking about it. They're saying, man, it's like, I want this. I really want this, for my kid. I really want this for me. A lot of adults is like, they're sitting here and people's wondering why is everybody getting excited for cardboard? But it's not just more. It's more than cardboard. You gotta think about it, man. What Nintendo is selling you people to start off the year for the kids, like they're really trying to reach a new demographic with this Labo thing, and I think it's genius in my opinion. I have watched some hands-on videos that went up last night. Before I was thinking about what should I talk about in this Talking Play, man. I cannot just talk about the good sales of Nintendo all the way. But when you actually look at the game sales and how it's been going for Nintendo, man, I think Nintendo feels pretty confident in Labo right now. I think Nintendo feels really good about Labo because games has been selling incredibly for Nintendo, and they're thinking they can reach the same, man. But when you look at the numbers, like seriously, like Super Mario Odyssey is like at 9 million copies sold. Not Hyrule Warriors, but The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is like at 7 million, and yes, 1.5 million goes to the Wii U version as well, which everybody said, man, that version of the game is not going to sell that much. But it's sold 1.5 million. I hope sometime in the future it does hit that 2 million stride, for the game. And then when you look at Splatoon is like 4.5 million, and then Mario Kart's like 7.66 million, and you're looking at these numbers and like, man, maybe then Nintendo Labo can do it. I mean, yeah, it may just seem like a bunch of cardboard and all that stuff, but when you actually look at the numbers and what's going on, Nintendo's really confident in what they got going on already, man. Like, I applaud Nintendo for at least trying something like Labo, because no other game company like Nintendo would never do this. Like, seriously, like it's like Nintendo's the only ones who would do this crap and like have fun doing it, man, and letting them, believe, hey, look, man, this thing is gonna be a failure. Everything is gonna be everything. Who would ever thought that we would ever try something as mundane as cardboard? Trying to make cardboard contraptions for the Switch. I thought it was a genius plan. I thought it was like, okay, once more information come out, everything should be more clear. But with Labo, it's like little engineering for kids. Like, hello, we get to build this, we get to build and look at inside of a piano, we get to look at how fishing poles work and all this stuff, man. We get to design our own fishing poles, our own houses and stuff like this. This is kind of cool. And this is why I think Labo is a key part of 2018 for Nintendo. And this is a great, way to introduce a new way to play. If kids get on with Labo with the Switch, then guess what's going to go happen? Kids are going to want to play more of the Nintendo games, and they're going to keep bringing on the new stuff for Nintendo. You feel me? They're going to keep the game selling. Like, it's how can I say, such a it's like such a game plan that nobody's not seeing coming. And Nintendo just has it on lock right now. I can't express it, man. So let's go ahead and talk about these third-party ports that Nintendo is coming hard with. Like, I want to be honest with you guys. These third-party ports, I mean, some of these are just absolute genius, man. How Nintendo is actually using the third-party to sell the games. Like, they're trying to get ports of games that people love. Like, if you look at the ports that Nintendo has went for, they're looking at favorites that hit the internet big, like games like Skyrim, Dark Souls, and so on and so forth. Everybody's like, why are we getting ports of old games? If you haven't noticed yet, if you haven't looked at these new games yet, you should understand that Nintendo is going for the third party that people already love. They want to go ahead and put those games on portable console before they go out and reach for the new stuff. Like, because right now Nintendo is playing it very safe with the third party, and that's all that matters. And when you actually think about it, and when you actually look at it from a a business side of things, Nintendo's targeting these ports on ports and all these third party games. Like, seriously, like, you're wondering why Nintendo's not approaching these guys. You're seeing everything for the Switch. You're wondering why Nintendo's not trying to approach Bandai Namco to give them a Dragon Ball Z port for the Switch. Why are they not approaching Capcom for Street Fighter? Why are they not approaching whoever so for Call of Duty and all this other stuff? And you're thinking to yourself like, well, Nintendo's just trying to get these current fan bases. They're trying to prove to other people that these on the go, they having their favorite games on the go, it's the future. Like, seriously, like, they just like told everybody that we truly believe that in the future these games, they actually believe that the hybrid setting is the future. They said we are planning to like support the Switch for 10 years, and we gotta show people that the Switch like the hybrid setting for consoles is like the future. So, and that's what Nintendo's planning doing, and that's why they're taking these old games and putting them on the Switch, so they can see like, hey, look, if these games can go portable, what's next for the future? That's kind of like a way of saying it, man. That's the way I see it. They're just getting these old games just to show people like, hey, look, man, your favorite games are going portable. Imagine what we can do in the future. Now that's amazing. Like, I'm just trying to be like honest with you. Like, I love that Nintendo is out here just trying to prove a fact with the gaming market. Like, they're over here just doing their own thing. They're not having to resort to these, how can I say, these expensive gimmicks like 4K and VR and stuff like that. They're not trying to improve on the visuals, but the user experience, which is, I think, is the most important part about about like gaming. Like, if the users ain't happy, then what's the point of with these new experience? Like, what's the point of these 4K stuff like that, man? But it's that's just how I feel. I think Nintendo, know what they're doing. I think 2018 is going to be great for Nintendo. So I want to talk about one more thing before I let you go off this for this year, and I think that we should all be paying attention to it, because one of the games up there that a lot of people is hoping for is Pokemon, which in my opinion I am hoping for too, because the fact, I understand that people may be drained of Pokemon at this point, and I know, yeah, that's right, Pokemon has been draining on a lot of the fans, and they want to play something else, and I get it. Because we've been having Pokemon games like almost every year since 2016. Like, I think that Nintendo is ready to release a Pokemon game for the home system, but it could be pushed back because it's 2018 as well. And under that, after that game, we have Bayonetta and Metroid, talking about some to be announced and stuff like that, which I highly like. Like I really think that those games are going to be Nintendo's head. I think Nintendo's going to be those are going to be Nintendo headliner games for this E3 coming up this year, because I think like Nintendo really has like having really said anything huge, like how, like seriously, like the huge game announcements, man. You thought that Nintendo by now would have showed off the new Fire Emblem game that's supposed to be coming out this year. Everybody's wondering, like, where the hell is where are the big games at Nintendo? Like I always say, be patient, because that's what the E3 is for. But Nintendo always like to give fans like something, like some substance. Like they already give us Mario Tennis Ace. That's one of the new games they got coming out this year. Plus Yoshi and Kirby. I think like Nintendo has it already down packed. Like that's crazy. Like Nintendo already have plans for 2018, and Nintendo's not saying much because they're still working. Like we gotta give Nintendo a chance to work out the rest. Like so far, can we just enjoy the news that Nintendo is giving us? Like just talking about it, just going off what I'm saying. Like Nintendo already has like huge plans already for these games, and who knows what else they got in store. And I can't wait to see too, because so far I'm very confident in Nintendo's second year. I mean, like they like last year they came out just the whole thing just swinging. Like they really did not give a shit what was going on. They just kept doing their things. They released ARMS, had a great E3, Splatoon 2, Mario, Zelda, all that stuff happened last year, including Xenoblade Chronicles 2, one of my personal favorite games of last year. But it was just so amazing just to see Nintendo like, okay, yeah, we'll tell them with the Wii U. Okay, yeah, now shut the fuck up and let us do what we gotta do. Bam. What's good? What's good, partner? We're out here swinging and we're taking names. And that's Nintendo for you. And that's what I think. That's what I'm grateful to see. I'm grateful to see that Nintendo is doing amazing and all that stuff. So some more pieces of information I gotta talk about. Well, let's talk about the fact that Nintendo has already planned their next, 2 games for the mobile market. One I gotta talk about. One I absolutely know nothing about, but I'm gonna, continue to like talk about this. So apparently, one of the games is Zelda, which let's be honest, that game is gonna let's face it. If Animal Crossing and Fire Emblem was enough to get people on board to the fact that people are still playing Fire Emblem. People are still playing the Fire Emblem game to this day. I shouldn't be surprised because, again, it's Fire Emblem. There's a reason why Nintendo made that game one of its top priorities, to have on the market. That's why Nintendo was so eager to announce, like, hey, look, we got Fire Emblem games coming. It's coming next year, but we ain't gonna spend too much time on it. We'll talk about it next year when it's definitely time. And, and I agree here. Say this about a company and be confident in those words. Like, oh wait, I'm confident that this is gonna do this and that is gonna do that. But I just again, I'm just a happy camper right now. I'm happy that Nintendo is got in their groove right now, and their mobile market is growing stronger. Especially, oh my god, especially when they're taking their time developing these mobile games. When they're announcing these mobile games, and be like, these mobile games ain't gonna come out for quite some time. You can tell they're quality mobile games when they're announced ahead of time. Like people announce these mobile games and they be out like that, like on the market the next day. I'm happy that Nintendo is taking their good time with these games, not rushing them out to market. Even though that some people agree they should put them on the market because the mobile market is right now a hugie right now. But games like Mario Kart is going to sell them on the mobile market for them. Like, I'm glad that the next Mario Kart game is, even though I shouldn't be saying this, but I'm glad that the next Mario Kart game is on the mobile platform, because the fact that I really do want a new Mario Kart game. It's just the fact that it's going to be so awkward having 2 Mario Karts on the Switch. But I guess I can digress for the time being, at least for the time being. But you know, again, these all the stuff that Nintendo's doing, you know, it's making me excited for the future of the Switch. You know, I love the Switch, and I dearly love the Wii U. And a lot what Nintendo was doing was really making me excited for the systems. But you know, I'm very happy at you know what Nintendo has achieved with the Switch in its first year and how they're keeping the thing going in its second year. I'm really happy with that kind of stuff. You know, I'm not gonna sit back and say, oh, Nintendo's not really doing too much. Nintendo's not popping. Why they're popping? Nintendo's out here, you know, telling us to shut the fuck up and let us do our thing. You know what? I'm glad that Nintendo, you know, is out here still proving people wrong. You know, everybody thought the Wii U was a big messed up, and everybody thought Nintendo should go third party. But Nintendo has showed, you know, a lot of promise with the Switch. A lot of the games I can't wait, man. You already announced my favorite series from Nintendo from y'all guys. Y'all already announced Pokemon's coming to the Switch, which I'm so happy. I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see that, and you know, I can't wait to stream that because that'll be the first Pokemon game I'll be able to stream actually. Because screw the DS, screw the DS and its horrible game way of capturing. That means I say expensive. I can't wait to see you know Metroid. I can't wait to see more Bayonetta. Like Nintendo already got the big announcements out the way for these games, so we already know these games are coming. They already announced Pokemon. They already announced Metroid. I'm so happy that a lot of these games are you know in development for the Switch, and you know I'm so happy that you know I'm like a big kid again in the candy store. You know with Nintendo, you know a lot of this shit, man. It makes no sense how happy I am with what Nintendo has pulled off, you know, in the past year. Like, oh my God, Nintendo's doomed. You know, the Wii U failed. You know, it just goes to show that you just can't count your chickens before they hatch. You feel me? Like, I really think like people really misunderstood Nintendo. Bad spotting there. I think people really misunderstood Nintendo when the Wii U was not popping at all. But I'm glad that Nintendo got things back on track. I'm just glad for whatever Nintendo is doing right now, and I pray that they keep this momentum going because I feel like this momentum needs to keep going. I feel like it's better this way, man. I feel like when all systems are you know doing good in the market space, it's better this way. Going strong with man. I'm just glad that Nintendo is back on top, man. It feels like yesterday when everybody was just doubting Nintendo, man. Like just saying Nintendo should go third party because they feel like the Wii U didn't live up to expectations and all that stuff like that. And you know what? And you know what? I'm gonna put it here. You know, I kind of put mostly the blame. I don't put the blame on the Wii U. I don't like a lot of people like to put the blame on the Wii U, but when you actually come down to it, a system can only do so much as the creator can do for it. You feel me? Like I know, does that make sense to you guys? Do y'all understand that? As long as the Wii U, you know, as long as Nintendo was behind the Wii U 100% with the advertisements, the games, and everything, the system can only do so much. The system can't sell itself on name alone. You feel me? Like, I feel like Nintendo should have had like more planned for the Wii U. You know, before announcing the Wii U, you know, but you know, like when you actually look back at the Wii U, it had like how many games announced with it? It had like a bunch of third-party ports, which wasn't really good for Nintendo. Like everybody was expecting to see the next Legend of Zelda. Everybody was expecting to see the next Mario day one, like they did with the Switch. Like everybody was like really excited for the you know, the Switch, you know, they show everything that their fans was waiting for. Like when I heard like Nintendo was going for, you know, the HD thing with the Wii U and all that stuff, like I was seriously blown away like how well they handled it, you know, when they was announcing it. But the first things I was thought about, man, like where's the next Zelda at? Where's the next Wii U? Where's the next Mario at and all that stuff? Like they was really out here like they were really showing all these tech demos and everything, like what could be of these next games and all that stuff. Like everybody was like, okay, we see you, Nintendo, with the next Zelda and all that stuff, man. You know what, man? I get that. And, I feel like more could have been done for the Wii U. I feel like a lot more could be done for the Wii U. A lot of people saying like they happy that the Wii U, kind of sort of failed because they got the Switch. In my eyes, I don't like it when any console fails. That's just me because I feel like if a console fail, like most of my favorite consoles are failed consoles. To be honest with you, the GameCube, the Dreamcast, even the PSP, are failed consoles because I see the potential in these consoles, and I'm wondering like why in the hell did these consoles not sell? I mean, like they're pretty damn fun to me and stuff like that. But when you actually think about how far Nintendo has came from the Wii U, it only took them 1 year to fix all their mistakes. Now imagine back in 2013, Nintendo's E3 was their saving grace, and everything popped off right for Nintendo. Like Nintendo showed the next Zelda game. Nintendo showed Smash Bros, the Mario Odyssey, all that good stuff for how can I say year 2, I believe. Hell, like Nintendo said, "Oh, you think that's amazing? Look what we got coming for the next year and so forth. We got more in stock for you guys. We got more games and everything. Man, we got more everything." And the advertisements on point. They finally get the message across to people. Imagine that back in the Wii U heyday, and just seeing that. I believe that it would have been a better story for Nintendo, and they could still have the Switch afterwards because that would have been an evolution of the Wii U, where you can actually take it out on the go, with you. But you know what? Again, I'm happy to see Nintendo back in action, kicking ass. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say this. Hello? No, not yet. Sorry. Had a phone call to make. I had a phone call come in. But anywho, like I said, you can't count Nintendo out. It's just that Nintendo has this thing going on with them that allows them to stick around even when they should be out. But now Nintendo have these young guys leading the force, and you hear all this good news about Nintendo. No, it's just a good feeling overall. I gotta end this. I really gotta end this video because now I'm on to mumbling. Now I'm just talking around in circles. But it's a good thing. Back in action, kicking ass, taking names, and having fun. That's the best thing about it, though. They're having the fun doing it. Now that they're leading the market, they can do what the hell they want. Right now, they're kicking okay. PlayStation still is number 1, but Nintendo's trying to catch up to those numbers rapidly, and I believe by the end of this year, 20 million Switches are going to get sold. I believe that they have that secret sauce that's going to sell those 20 million Switches. Feel me? So anyway, it's your boy Kahuna Silva signing out. Deuces, and thank you for joining me for this Talk and Play, man.